Everyone, this is Martin, also known as Calvatelli. That's my artist name, and I'm going to show you 9 tips to get your drawing better in no time. For this one, we are going to use the example of this drawing of the Joker and Harley Quinn. So first off, what I can tell you all is that you need to make a sketch. It's very important to make it because when you draw without any sketch, your whole art can get bad real fast, and you will lose a lot of time, a lot of effort. A sketch is quick, is dynamic, and then you can just adjust any problem before it's too late, before it will become a real pain in the ass to fix it. And the second tip is to use gestures when you make your sketch. Basically, a gesture is to move your whole arm, not just your wrist. Is when you move your whole arm, you are going to do more dynamic shapes, more 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 dynamic lines, and with that in mind, making that kind of lines, your sketch will be really dynamic, really loose. So whatever you build over it will get real dynamic and look great, not just like an amateur rigid, if you want, drawing like everybody that's starting drawing. So make gestures in your sketch to get really loose lines and a good posture and an interesting pose to show. One trick is to make the spine like an S, so you can, because that way you will get immediately a dynamic shape. But you also need to break the parallel lines that you will find in your drawing. For example, the lines for the eyes, and the arms for the shoulders, and the line for the knees. They all have to not be parallel between them, because if you do that, you will get a very boring pose. Note, as I draw Harley Quinn there, that's the line of the eyes, that's the line of the shoulders. Then comes the other lines that will break the parallelism that you could find. For that reason, I put her crotch right back, and her and there you have one leg up, one leg down. Another one is to maintain zoom out your drawing, so you can have the whole picture of your drawing, especially when you're working in your first steps, the sketch. So that way you can have the whole picture, notice the composition, the colors, or not the colors, but lines, the proportions, and fix them before it's too late, and that will become a real pain in the ass. So get your get your work often a good zoom out, and you will stay with great drawing. Zooming in is just when you have the final sketch and you can then render details, but often when starting the drawing, do it as zoomed out as possible. So for my English, this is my first time, but I'm trying to do it the best way so I can teach you some wisdom to you all. Well, oh, this one is really nice. Do a lot of layers of sketch, about 2 or 3. Each one is more refined than the other, has more detail, it's a little cleaner. You have to start, very dirty, but this time you will have to to go improving the lines, go making them better. And you can do it traditionally too. When drawing with a pencil, you just have to draw it very loosely, very lightly, and go erasing over it. In this kind of software is a lot easier because you can make layers, but the result is the same. Another thing that's very important is to mirror your drawing. That write that. So what does it mean to mirror your drawing? A lot of software, of drawing software, have the option, hotkeys if you want, to look as if through a mirror. And if you don't have a software because you're drawing traditionally, you can literally take a mirror and look at your drawing. That way, you'll see that you will notice a lot of new problems to fix in your drawing, because you were accustomed to see it in that way, in that direction. But when you flip it, you will notice a lot of problems, that the eyes are looking to different places, that um, the anatomy is not correct. So go often, very often, mirroring your art. We are still making a sketch. It's not the final line, so that for that reason it's still very loose. I redesigned a lot of times Harley Quinn before it was too late, and I got a result that I liked. I fixed her, I must admit, a little too late. It would have been better if I fixed her right at the start, but we all make mistakes. The next tip is coming right away. Oh, this one is pretty nice. Uh, it is about making your drawing go to another level beyond the technique you have, beyond your comprehension of anatomy or your skill at all. It will improve it a lot, and it's named line weight. You need to draw doing some line weight. What it means is that you have to make um, thicker lines in some places, and lines that are not so thick in other places. For example, um, the face of the Joker that's right in front of us has thicker lines than Harley Quinn's because it's closer. Yeah, um, the the overall body of the Joker will have thicker lines than his hair, because the hair is composed of little details, of little strands. So it's also a matter of proximity, and a matter of mass. His whole arm is going to have thicker lines than the chain in his neck. So that's the whole idea. That way you want that way your drawing will be easy to read. And the other tip is to practice well, to practice right. What does it mean? You can practice for 10 years if you want, but you can practice not real good, and you will not improve as quick as you wish. The reason for that is that when we practice, we are making that the thing that we are doing, practicing in this case, is going to be more more you know more rooted into our brain. So if we practice making mistakes, we are rooting the mistakes in our own brain. But if we make the changes to go improving everything that we talked before and everything that you will learn in the future, you will be practicing right, and that's going to be good for you because you're now rooting in your brain and in your muscle memory good good I don't know the word but you know, a good routine, a good way to work, a great way to work that will get easier every time and will boost a lot your work. So there are some stuff that is really a pain to learn, like anatomy, like other stuff, but it will pay really, really good. And the final tip for this time is to request critics. Request some critics. There's a lot of people that may cheer you, and that's great for your work. People that can't draw even a smiley, for people that can't even draw anything because, well, they think they cannot, and they really love your work, your job. But it's important that we expose our work to people that are better than us. You know, people that draw better, that go with more time in this hobby or industry or work, whatever you're gonna make it, and or people that know how to critique some stuff. They could not be great at drawing, but they certainly can check when a drawing is bad, when a neck is out of place and everything. So request critics. It can be frustrating if you watch at it the wrong way. It's beautiful. You will learn a lot by talking to these kind of people, by showing your work. So follow me at this channel and at Calbacelli Art as the same name as the channel it in Instagram. See you soon.